Today we're going to make a variation of my Santa Clauses. You will need a 2.5-inch wooden ball, white yarn. It can come in 3 different sizes. If you want to, you can use beige yarn. You will need a red yarn. You could use chunky yarn or medium worsted yarn. You will need 5 pipe cleaners, scissors, a Sharpie, white paint. Instead of a Sharpie, you can also use acrylic paint. You will need a 3-inch Pom Pom Makers, or you can have a 3-inch square. And you will also need about a 2.5-inch Pom Pom Maker or a 2.5-inch square. Well, let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is make a red pom-pom for the body. So we're going to get our yarn. And we're going to go ahead and start our pom-poms. And what you're going to do is pop both sides open. We're going to add yarn to both sides. For this project, I like to do about 4 winds. So we're going to put it together there. And then you're going to clip off. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Okay, now that we're done winding both sides, you're going to get your scissors, and that's what these little areas are for, and you're going to get your scissors and you are going to cut through the yarn on both sides. All the way through. So you want to make sure that you go all the way through both ends of the yarn. Oops. And cut through. All right, you want to make sure all those are cut. All right, once those are cut, you want to take about 6 or 8 inches of the yarn. I cut a little bit long here. And then you're going to take the yarn and you're going to wrap it around and tie it really tight. And then I like to flip it over. And then like to tie it again. And then I like to do another tie. Okay. And then you go ahead and pull that through on both sides. Pull it up. And here you have a nice little puff ball. All right. And this will be the basis for his body. And we'll trim it up in just a little bit because we want to see how this is going to fit. All right. And after that, we'll do his little hat, his little ball for his hat, and I am just going to use the thinner yarn for this, and it's the same thing. We're going to do it on both sides. And this one I like to try to get it as thick as possible, so about 5 or 6 winds, if you can, depending on the thickness of your yarn. Okay, now that we've done both, we're going to go again and cut. And go around again. All right, so you have it on both ends. Then you're going to take another piece of yarn. Make this one smaller. And you will wrap that around. Tie it right there. Go once. And then go twice. All right. And then we're going to pull on here again. And here you got another nice little pom-pom. And this pom-pom, we can go ahead and adjust it just a little bit. And we'll get started on his hat. There we go. For his hat, I like to use 5 pipe cleaners. And we're going to put them like in a star form. And hear me out, this works really well. We're going to put them in the star form, and then we're going to pick it up in the middle. And we're just going to, we're going to twist them over so they're locked in. So we're going to twist those over, and then we're going to twist this over like this. And we're going to do the same on this side, and the same on this side. This will be the top of his hat. And I do this so we can actually form what his hat's going to look like. So we're going to kind of make it a little tighter right here. And then we're going to take your toilet paper roll. And you can mark it wherever you want, however thick you want it. This is just going to be a brace for the hat. And I usually will put it maybe about a ½ inch up, about right there. And we're going to go ahead and cut this out. Or I can just like clip that up like this and then cut that out. Okay. So you want this toilet paper roll to kind of fit the width of his head. And if it doesn't fit all the way, like this one won't fit all the way, we will adjust that here in just a little bit, or we can just have it sit on top of his head. What we're going to do is, I have a hot glue gun here rearing to go. So I am going to put hot glue over the seam right here. And then I'm going to anchor one of these over. And I'm just going to put like a ½ inch over, like that. I'm just going to anchor all of these around. And you're just going to wind these over. Now you have like the figure of your hat, and I'm just going to kind of twist it around so it looks something maybe like this. All right. We're going to take your yarn, and if it doesn't anchor down, you can take a glue gun, oops, and hot glue it down. And bend it over. All right, that's kind of what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna apply it to that hot glue that I have here. And we're just going to slowly wrap this over. And towards the bottom, I like applying the hot glue to anchor the yarn on the bottom of the hat. It gets easier as we get towards the top, but it's anchoring the yarn down. So we're going to do this. We're going to start wrapping. I went out of frame. And don't worry about the bottom. We're going to actually have a brim here in a moment. As you're going around, you want to make sure that you're covering up everything. And then you can go down again if you'd like to. So here we have the hat. All right, you're going to take this cut it. Oops. Cut it right here. All right. And then you're going to hot glue it in. Go ahead and take this and hot glue it down to the brim. Okay, so here we are with the hat. What we're going to need to do is put a little brim around him. And we want to measure the brim to go all the way around the hat. And we're going to give it a little bit of room. About 1/4 inch room. And we're going to cut that a little bit. And we're going to tie it up. Like that. Then we are going to take our yarn and we will wrap some yarn around it. Maybe a couple feet of yarn. And we want to wrap it around. Okay. Then when we're done with our yarn, we're just going to go and hot glue it. Cover up that hot glue. All right. Then we're going to take this and we're going to put it around our hat. So however you want to put your hat around. And then we'll glue everything to the brim. So what we did is that we hot glue everything down to the rim. And you can see your stuff on the inside. And now we have our hat. Okay. Then we're going to take our little ball and clip those off. And we're going to put a generous amount of hot glue right there. And we'll put our ball at the end. Oops, careful with that hot glue. All right, now we have it at the end. And now we're going to look at Santa's face. So you want to figure out what side you want your Santa's face to be on. If you want this to be his body, you can have this to be his body. I'm leaving this here and I'll show you why here in a little bit. or how you want his face situated. I think I like it this way. As you can see on my other Santas, they're situated in different ways. Just all depends on how you want him. We're going to put him right here. We want a good amount of glue because you're going to be holding a wooden ball on yarn. Hold him right here. Okay. So once he's stabilized, like that, you can figure out how you want his hat to look, or you want it to show, how you want it to be. I think I like his hat this way. And we're going to put some hair. I have this really nice curly Q hair, this curly Q yarn that was great for sweaters, but I like to take this and wrap it around my hand about, maybe 15 times. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. And then we're going to cut. We're going to take this end and we're going to wrap it through. So you're going to find out where it ends right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull it in and make a knot. From there, we'll just go ahead and look at that in half. And we'll cut. All right. This will basically be his hairdo. I have him with a little bit straight. That's why I didn't mind that little straight hair right there. Little straight yarn. And we will glue his hair to the top. So we'll put some glue here. Ouch, that hurt. All right. And then you're going to figure out a way to do his hat. So that looks cute. If you see any indents in here, you could put stuffing in here if you like. But I think he's fine. So I'm going to put his little hat right here. We're going to put more glue here on the rim. Like so. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and give Santa a little haircut. I'm going to go ahead and trim his bangs a little bit. And then give him a little bit of a hairdo here. All right, and let's clean that up too. All right. All right. So before we put on his beard, we're going to want to do his eyes. You could do his eyes, you can paint his eyes on, or you can do them easily with Sharpie. Little half moons, so you will just do a little half moon and up, and then color them in. And then space it about the same way on the other side. And then a little half moon. And color them in. So you have two little Santa eyes there. What I like to do on his eyes, as you see, you like to put a little bit of sparkle in them. So you can take his eyes and you can take the tip of a pen or anything that you have, anything round, and you could put like a little sparkle. So if you use a pen tip, that'll be fine, and you just add, oops, a little sparkle. This might not be big enough. There you go. And you add a little sparkle to him. So he's just looking up, looking at the moon, whatever you need him to be doing. You get a little blush on him to give him rosy cheeks. And that's his face. And then we're going to do his beard. His beard's the same way as his face. We're going to make it a little bit thicker. So we're going to do about 15 to 20 around your fingers. Stretch your fingers out a little bit, depending on how wide your fingers are. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. So we're going to get a separate piece of yarn. We're going to tie it and we're going to spread it out when we put it on him. So we want it to center on his face right here. It'll be his nose and his mouth. And you want to put the glue pretty much in the center of his face. And it's going to be okay if a lot of the hair sticks onto the bottom. So you want to put it here. And then from here, you will cut, and you can leave some of it to curl. Tighten them up a little bit. Oh. I accidentally cut this off on the other side, so what I was going to do with this is I was going to string them up so you can hang them up, but I accidentally cut it off. We can't do it anymore. That's okay. Here you have our Santa. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like and subscribe button so I can bring you more. Thank you.